If you didn't like my solution that used this dollar store hamper to control stuff you put in your front hatch, well, I've got two more options for you. And one of them even comes from the dollar store. Stay tuned. Welcome back. If you're new to the channel, we cover kayak modifications, spin, and fly fishing. So poke that subscribe button so you don't miss anything. In my earlier video, I discussed using this $1 collapsible hamper to control stuff in your front hatch. And I'm reshooting this video to be able to highlight Dimebag's addictions. He has a solution that kind of mimics mine, except he's going to show you how to do it on a Hobie Outback. And I'll link up that video right there and you can check it out. So anyway, the first solution, of course, comes from the dollar store. What I've got is a laundry hamper, and I've cut the top off it, and all you do is stick it down. But there's a trick. Chances are the base of your front hatch has this crease in it. So what I do is I'm going to take this pool noodle, I'm going to put that down in there, and then anything I put will be supported in the middle, and it will give it additional stability and rigidity and keep it in the same place. And you can even lay some epoxy down on the top of this if you wanted that installation to be permanent. So let's see what this looks like. Dollar store laundry hamper, got the pool noodle in here, and this just goes straight in. Push it all the way down, and now my front hatch has an edge here, so I'm going to make sure that all these tines go up under that edge, and that's going to provide the stability to keep this laundry hamper in place. So it's there, it's solid, and that's going to work. But by doing this and the Dimebag addiction solution, we cut off access to the very front of our kayak, and there's good storage area up there. And that's what the second option addresses. For the second option, I had to go to Family Dollar. Now that's not a dollar store, but it still has cheap stuff. And what I did is I bought one of their $7 plastic garbage cans, and now I cut it down, fit it to the height of my hatch, and now it's just going to go down in there, and I'm going to stuff it as far up towards my seat as I possibly can to create a blockage. I'm going to use the same pool noodle to give it some stability and rigidity on the bottom. So let's do that. That goes in. This goes in. And I've cut this pretty tight so it's going to sit in there and not move. Now I push it all the way up against my drive unit, stuff this pool noodle underneath it for rigidity. Now let me show you what it looks like. It's nice and tight in here. It's not going to move around. That pool noodle gives it some stability on the bottom. And now I've got all the space from right here all the way up to the very front of my kayak. And so that's going to give me room to put longer articles in that the laundry hamper doesn't allow. How about that? Two more solutions. If you don't like this solution, one costs $1 and that cut up trash can only costs about $7. And I imagine you can find some other things by pulling stuff out of your brain that would allow you to create a blockage at the base of your front hatch to keep stuff from sliding back. I like this because the plastic was pretty firm and it fit in there nice and tight. But you guys can probably come up with some other stuff. And if you do, throw in the column, and if you have a link, put that down in the description as well. Thanks.